All right, guys, take a look around. This is the last time I'm recording with this backdrop because in a bit, my wife and I are moving from North Carolina to Hawaii. And, you know, it's been tough. I just wanted to get on here to kind of document this for myself. I look at my channel as my journey through Ninja, through life, how those two are connected because they very much are for me. And um, this is a big life change. North Carolina, my time here, I've spent about 3 years here. It's changed me. I've learned so much. There's just so many things that I've gotten to take away from it. I don't really feel like editing it either. I might cry. So, I just want to say it and get it all out there. So, first things first, thank you to Level Up and Ultimate Kids for being the two best gyms I could have ever possibly asked to be a part of. I got to be a part of two amazing teams, Level Up as an athlete, Ultimate as a coach. Um, Starting on the subject of Level Up, they were the first gym that I found, and a large reason I wanted to come to North Carolina, besides having WNL's Worlds here, is because I knew that I could learn from Level Up. And I think I made the right choice to this day. I don't think I could have gone with any other gym. Um, Chad Hone is the best coach I could have asked for. And his wife, Jennifer, they own the gym together. They have truly been some of the greatest mentors, whether it was as an athlete, as a coach myself, as someone who wants more for the sport, who was a part of WNL for a while. Um, they always knew exactly what to say. They always had the right advice. Their sons are incredible at Ninja. They were great training partners and teammates, and so were so many other people over at Level Up. And I'm underplaying just how much that team has impacted me because I don't want to cry right now. Um, but, you know, guys, I love you. Seriously. I love everyone over at Level Up. On the subject of Ultimate Kids, the first major thank you has to be to Pedro, my boss, who hired me. He's the department lead of the Ninja Warrior program there. When I first started as a coach, I came in kind of as a hard ass, um, very rough around the edges. I wasn't very lenient or compassionate towards the kids, honestly. And Pedro kind of took my better qualities and refined that and helped me, you know, he gave me the guidance I needed to become a better coach, to become more compassionate, more understanding of where the kids are coming from and their perspectives when it comes to Ninja, and it helped me a lot. Um, I would not be half the coach I am today without Pedro. Same goes for my buddy Josh, who helped me get the job. He was another Ninja coach there. He was also my teammate during, over at Level Up. So not only was he my coworker, but he was my training partner. He quickly became one of my closest friends. And I could count on him for obstacle advice. I could count on him for covering a shift if I had something going on. You guys should also check out Rebel Obstacles on Instagram. He makes his own obstacles. They are really good. I bought some vertical limits from him recently, and you will be seeing those in future videos and streams for sure. Um, and then so many other coworkers I met over there. You guys were awesome. I don't really consider you guys as coworkers. I consider you guys at the very least as acquaintances, if not friends. Um, and then of course the big thing is the kids. They signed this one for me. This is my going away gift, and it's staying with me pretty much wherever I go. I loved coaching those kids every second of the way, even the kids that quit or had bad attitudes or swore or hit or whatever. They were all necessary experiences, and the kids that stuck around that I've gotten to work with for the last 3 years, I feel like I've really bonded with. I hope they liked me. I know they rolled their eyes when I would tell them that we had endurance to do or stage threes to run, but I didn't care. It was fun. I hope they liked me because I really like them and I think they're great kids. Um, I'm really excited that I qualified for the Barbados at the Barbados Ninja Throwdown. I qualified for WNL's Worlds. because hoping that the World Championships are back here in North Carolina, I can see everyone from both of those gyms again. That's the hope. Um, but the hardest one for me is my cat, not Calypso. Calypso's coming with us. Punk is not coming with us, and Punk is Calypso's mom, and she is the sweetest little thing. She has been fed by me for about 2.5 years now. Since that first day, there were about a dozen stray cats, and Punk was there. Punk was among that crew. She's the only one that still comes around. All of the other cats either wandered off somewhere else, they gave up, they didn't care, they stopped caring about where they got their food, or some of them unfortunately died. And Punk has been sticking around. She sits at our front door. She recognizes my car, so when I get back from work, she's always excited. And I only get to give her love for a few minutes a day, and she still loves me. Granted, I feed her, so that helps. But at the same time, it's hard not taking her. It's just not smart. She's an outdoor cat. She doesn't like to be indoors. Outdoors in Hawaii is very different than outdoors in North Carolina. I think it would be a really bad adjustment for her. So it's just not smart to bring her. Um, that does mean that, there's going to be days where she's going to be waiting by my door and I'm not going to show up. And that's the hard part for me. That's really tough. Like probably the only person or animal or whatever that I'm not going to get to see um when I do come back to North Carolina someday, and that's a frustrating sad fact. Um at the same time, I loved my time here, you know. Um, a lot of people ask me like, why did you leave Hawaii for North Carolina? Hawaii's beautiful, like, and I said like I want to do Ninja Warrior. I want it to be my life. I don't want it to just be something I obsess over. I want this to be my career. I want this to be something that I can set roots in and help grow, because ninja is such a fast growing sport and there's so many things changing and evolving every single day, and I want to be part of that change. I want to be a big part of that change. And my time here in North Carolina has helped me realize exactly what I want to accomplish and what I want to do for the sport of ninja. I've been an athlete, I've been a coach, I've been a referee, I've been a commentator, I've worked with ninja crews from all over the world, from various countries. I've gone to different gyms and witnessed different leagues live, remotely. I've asked so many great veterans of the sport, whether they were old A&W competitors or, you know, pioneers in the broadcasting side of things for Ninja Warrior. I've had so many different questions: obstacle design, gym construction, you name it. I've been asking questions so much, and I've learned so many things from these amazing people. And I know that while this was only 3 years of my life, this is very much just the beginning. And that sounds super cheesy. I know it sounds really cheesy, but this is the beginning of my true ninja career, because I know exactly what I'm going to accomplish. I know when it's going to happen. I will announce it. I will announce it. You'll get a couple announcements soon, but I'm gonna keep some of them kind of secret for me for now, and you'll see it when you see it. I loved every part of this. I I got to meet so many amazing people. I made so many friends. I met some of my childhood heroes. I got to travel to Barbados. I hit a stage one buzzer at Worlds twice in a row. The second time with an injured arm. I got second in the world at tier two championships out of like in my beginner year. Like that was crazy. My first ever tier one buzzer was at Motive, a gym that I had always wanted to go to. Like, not many people get to say that their first buzzer was on a Brett Sims course. Like that's pretty special. And I wouldn't have been able to accomplish any of that without any of the support that I had from anyone. I also want to thank my parents. They were the landlords for this whole place, this lovely house that Sasha and I got to, start our marriage in. And it was a beautiful time. Um, they really did help a lot. So I'm very grateful for that. Um, yeah, that's kind of all of the thanks that I have to give. I'll add one final screen thanking anyone that I can think of, and so many more people. I'm sorry if you're not on this list, but I thank everyone who I've interacted with, good or bad, from North Carolina, because I've grown into a much more refined and polished version of myself. And when I move back to Hawaii, I'm only going to be able to execute on all of the foundations that I've set, all the preparations I've built, and show the world who I am for the better. Uh, for anyone who is considering a big life decision, it doesn't have to be ninja, obviously. There's more to life than Ninja Warrior, but for anyone who's considering making a big shift in a career or a school or, you know, a location, a place to live, take the risk. If there's a risk, take the risk. Bet on yourself, please. Be confident in yourselves and go for it. That's what I did. And I'm not going to lie, the first few months I moved here, I was scared as heck. I didn't have a job. I was slowly losing money. All I knew was that I wanted to compete in Ninja Warrior competitions and I would work from there. Fast forward 3 months, I found a job, I'm engaged, and I placed second at the Tier 2 championships. Fast forward another 2 months, I do my first commentary gig live. It was amazing at the World Championships. Um, Another 4 months later, I'm married. We have a house. We're taking care of everything. And then before you know it, we've got a nice little cat running around the house. We, have hit stage one buzzers at Worlds. We've been on A&W. We've been to Barbados. We've, you know, accomplished all of these things on top of being able to coach and you find a job in Ninja that helps you pay the bills for the house that you live in. It's beautiful. Find your version of that. Find your version of that. Don't get nervous about the specifics. It will work out if you work for it. If you keep pushing for it and you refuse to let yourself quit, it is going to work out and you will be in a spot that you're happy with. It might take a little bit of time. It took me a little bit of time, but it paid off and I wouldn't change any of it for the world. I really wouldn't, because at the end of the day, I'm leaving with a family that I didn't have at first. I'm growing this family with Sasha and Calypso. Um, and then I found two amazing ninja families that I'm so honored to have been a part of. Um, you never know what you'll find. I talked a lot, but it's the best way for me to avoid tears. Thank you guys for watching. More great content is coming out, a lot of which has already been recorded. I had spent a lot of time editing them. I hope you enjoy them. And with that said, be sure to subscribe. I hope you like it. Stay tuned for some big, big announcements. I'll see you guys soon.